What up, guys? It's your girl KeezyKay here, and as promised, I told you guys I'll be reacting to the challenge Vendettas, and episode 13 just aired. And like always, I have seen it and I have a lot to discuss and to talk about in this recap and give my predictions for next week's episode. But before I get into this recap, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment down below. Alright, this episode. This is basically... I'm going to show you guys some of the footage when I was actually watching it. And I'm going to be putting it in every now and then. Because that's my, real, honest reaction. Guys, this is an individual challenge. And I was wrong about Nelson. So I apologize on that, Nelson. But Devin went home. So who I think is going to lose, if it's a guy and a girl going home again, my money's on Nicole going home and Tony. Tony or Nelson or Leroy. I love you, Leroy, but I'm like, Leroy, you really ain't do nothing. Love you, though. I wanted to see, because we're getting right into it, the finals. They're approaching. So let's talk about, okay, so everything is individual times, and everybody goes. Everybody except for, I believe, Nelson and Leroy messed up. So then TJ was like, everybody's got to go again. And I'm kind of it's one thing, it's I'm impressed with Tony. Don't get me wrong. I will say this about Tony. Tony is playing no games this season. If you would have told me past season Tony would have been at this mark, I'd have been are you talking about drunk Tony? Makes out with everybody, Tony? Get sent home, Tony? I'd have been get out of here. You're lying. But I feel Tony's turning into a dick. I mean, if he wasn't already, Tony was a small dick, an annoying kind of person. Just bug you enough. But you didn't really feel that much because Tony was always gone before it reached a certain point. And you're just wow, Tony, if this is how you get far in the game by being this kind of person, kudos to you, man, because I couldn't do it. Wow, Tony. Okay, so I just saw the commercial of Laurel and Leroy on the after show. You know, hands down, the two main questions are going to be asked about Nicole and Cara Maria. Hands down. And I find this so sad, guys, because that's how you show the evolution of watching the challenge and then seeing everything unfold after the challenge is over. Because the first season that I saw Laurel was probably, the Invasion of the Champs. And I fell in love with Nicole and Laurel, the relationship. Then to come to find out this and that between the Cara Maria thing, which I'm not going to get into that. Everybody who's watching, you know the story, you know the story. If you don't, I suggest you go look up the story and find it out. And then now that they're no longer together, and Laurel's still popping all this junk about Cara Maria, oh, I can beat her. And Cara Maria is not engaging in that. She's just running her mouth. It's just sad to see Laurel and Cara Maria started off not on that much good terms when they first initially met, and then they became friends again. And then it sucks that Nicole kind of messed up that bridge for them. But hey, I still love my girl Cara Maria, and I will always defend my people first. I look out for those and the challenges that I respected first. And it's unfortunate, maybe down the line Nicole would change a little bit, maybe Laura will change a little bit, maybe they'll be on future challenges together. We'll see. But as of right now, I'm not feeling Laurel at all.
To send into the Inquisition, where they'll plead their case as to why they should stay in the game. Now 2 of those guys are going into the elimination round, so think carefully. And congratulations, girls, because there are only 4 of you, all of the girls are going into the final.
What? Yo, my baby Cara Maria is in the troika. Oh, hallelujah. prayers have been answered. And it's the guys' eliminations too. Oh, karma eats it. The Troika. Finally, my girl. I'm so happy. Because I was sitting here thinking to myself, when they said Tony's name and it was like Kayla. So they did the guy and the girl with the least amount. And it was Tony and it was Kayla. And I was like, oh crap. But in my mind, I was kind of relieved because I knew it was a guy's elimination. I was so happy, guys, because I was like, I don't know. They're reaching the finals. They might not do a guy's elimination. Because I was like, it's going to bite one of these boys in the butt. I was like, it's going to either bite Tony, Zach, or Brad in the butt. I was like, you guys got to remember, it's a guy's elimination, and you just did something so dirty. Like, straight up and down dirty. Now, I will say this. I was happy. So they picked Cara Maria, and I was like, yes, my baby is fine. Because I would have been upset if we went this whole season if she was not in the Troika once. We're not even going to talk. We're just... Nah, I'll mention it right here now. So basically, the least amount of time. It was unfortunate, but Nelson kind of blew that spot up for himself. Leroy barely made it. He was like, that could have been me going home. And I was like, Leroy, it's not your time yet to go home. Just no. Okay, I want to talk about this real quick. I feel like it's about time. I feel like, hands down, they should put Zach in. If Zach went there, he went there. But at this point, every guy has been sent. I feel like they should put Zach in because Zach hasn't been in. I feel like fair is fair at the end of the day because everybody has been in something except for Nicole, but the girl to save. They had to pick two people, right? So I would choose Zach. If you want a good matchup, and I'll be totally fair. If you want a good matchup, you would put Zach and Brad. But if they're being like on some petty-ish stuff, and they see they do like weak players, supposedly they will set it up probably Kyle versus Leroy. In my mind, how I picture it, how I want it to be, I want it to be Zach versus... I definitely want Zach, but the thing is, it's between Leroy and Brad. I would have to do Zach versus Brad. That's probably how I would do it. But we'll see. So happy my baby Cara Maria is in it. It is about time. She is in the final. She is safe. The girls were all safe, so. It comes down to the elimination. Brad has to go against either Leroy or Kyle. So then the choice comes. Here's what I really want. Okay, I get Leroy's perspective. Because he's like, yo, he's like, this shouldn't even be a question. This shouldn't even be a thought. Like, I should be safe. He was like, Tony, I know we rock with you. Cara Maria, I rock with you. I forgot who was in there. And Kayla. Like that. And I feel like, I understand his perspective at that point. But you have to realize, like, if you're just, like, gun blazing at that point, I feel like you're kind of asking for it. And don't get me wrong, I love Leroy. I feel like I'll agree with Tony, he came a little bit aggressive. And for that point, I would have been like, yeah, I'm going to put you in. Ends up being Brad versus Leroy. And Leroy's upset about it because, you know, Cara Maria, dear friend. Even though, okay, point blank, Leroy and Cara Maria are good. Leroy and Tony, I don't know about that. Because Tony has this new motto, like, I don't give a about anything. I'm like, yeah. That attitude is not going to get you far, Tony. It may have gotten you to the finals, but don't push your luck. There's only one winner. It sucks if you end up second or something like that. But anyway, Leroy wins. And I'm proud of Leroy. I'm like, yes, you took Brad out. I'm like, Brad was a hell of a beast of a player. I'm like, if you didn't get Brad out, then you probably were going to get him out. And then we're at the finals. And then let's talk about the preview, guys. I saw Bananas come back. And now I also just learned that they brought Melissa back. Tony, that's your worst nightmare, bro. Imagine if Bananas took Tony out. You would have been, Tony, oh my god, your face would have been so destroyed right now. You like, I did all of this to get Bananas out and make him this far, only to have Bananas come back and make me lose. That will be everything and more. Now I'm wondering, is this the final episode? Or is there like more. Because if this is it, and then everybody has to compete, because they said it's only one winner this time. So, you know, hands down, I'm on Cara Maria. My baby made it this far. My baby's going to get that gold medal. I don't know what the gold medal is in the challenge, whatever. My baby's going to get that money. Cara Maria's going to get that money. And I'd be happy, you know, I'd be happy if Cara Maria, Kyle, or Leroy. Those are my top 3 people. I'd be fine with any of those 3 people getting it. Kayla, disappointed. Cam, disappointed. Who else is left? Tony, way disappointed. Zach, disappointed. Basically, just those 3 I'd be fine with. Basically much it. Because this episode I was watching, it really wasn't like, it's not a lot like to talk about. Because like the final, guys, you don't understand, the finals is like so close. Like nearing the end, and I'm like, good God. Like, then when the reunion comes, because I heard stuff about the reunion that was going on. I don't want to talk about it because I feel like that'll kind of conflict things a little bit. I like gonna put those theories that like and stuff I saw in the back of my head so that way when the I can see what actually happened, because some of them I don't really understand. Then again, why would I? Because I don't know who won or who lost and this and that. So I just have to see and then put the pieces together, and then I'll come back because I will be reacting and watching the reunion.
Maria and Laurel have a love-hate relationship. Now, we thought you guys were cool, but we saw on Twitter that she called you a bitter me bitch.
I know, that got to me.
Girl, what's up with that?
That got to me. It pissed me off, so I wrote something back.
And guys, that is it for this recap. Let me know who you guys are rooting for down in the comment section below. And for those of you who are on Tony's side, can you please explain to me as to why you're on his side? I would love to know. Like, do you approve of his gameplay? Like, you think that's okay? Like, it's okay? Anyway, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and like this video. I'm KeezyKay, saying I do to you.